Times were hard during the late 1920s and the Great Depression era. There were no jobs, banks were closing, and people were hungry. And what's worse, they couldn't even drown their sorrows legally with a cold drink of alcohol. Prohibition, as it was known, banned the manufacture, transportation, and sale of intoxicating liquors in America from 1919 to 1933. Ratified on January 29, 1919, the 18th Amendment made it a legal piece of legislation. But even before 1919, there was a movement underfoot to ban booze, beer, wine, and the lot from American society. Many thought that intoxicating drinks were the devil's work. These evil spirits caused good men to go bad and families to shatter. One such person was Carrie A. Nation. In the early 1900s, Carrie felt it was her mission and a calling from God to stop people from drinking alcohol. She prayed and sang hymns in front of bars, and soon they closed. When that didn't work, she started carrying a small hatchet, and upon entering the business would attack the bar until patrons stopped her from the destruction. Now you gotta admit, that must have gotten some attention. Both local and federal government struggled to enforce prohibition. The thinking behind prohibiting the creation and sale of alcohol was well intended, but the end result meant unregulated moonshine, bootleggers, speakeasies, and gangsters. Now, mobsters like Al Capone made an amazing $60 million on bootleg operations and speakeasies. Now, that's the equivalent of about $900 million in today's dollars. What ended prohibition? Probably the fact that it wasn't really working, and in the process was helping to fuel mobster income and illegal sales. In 1933, the 21st Amendment to the Constitution was passed, and it became legal to create and distribute alcohol again. And today I am here in Savannah, Georgia at the American Prohibition Museum. And this museum has many galleries and exhibits dedicated to a very dry period in American history. It's a wonderful place to explore and to learn about a time in our history where having a drink could mean going to jail.
Prohibition in general is one of, I think, the most neglected periods of American history. It was this massive social movement that took place over 5 decades or more, really. And yet all we really learn about it is that the 18th Amendment happened and that the 21st Amendment happened and it all went away. And we hear about the gangsters and we see the movies, but people don't learn about the massive social movement from the Women's Christian Temperance Union, all the work that it took to get Prohibition passed, how it got passed, the scope of it. A lot of people don't even know that it's not illegal during Prohibition to drink alcohol. Consumption isn't included in the ban itself, just manufacture, sale, and transport. That one blows our guests' minds all the time. We hear more than anything around here people saying, wow, I had no idea either about this fact, that fact, or that this was such a big deal. Even the time frame of it, a lot of people seem to think that it was just a few years, 3 or 4 years, and it was 13 years, 10 months, and 18 days.
And we'll see you next time on Stories, Secrets, and Sagas. Cheers.
Thank you.